Lakers a hit in Tinseltown. And Los Angeles rolled into the 1962 NBA Finals, where they'd face the league's newest dynasty, Red Auerbach's three-time defending champion Boston Celtics, led by superstars Bob Cousy and Bill Russell.
We knew we were playing the best team, the better team, but we always felt that we could win.
The series would be a showcase for the Lakers' young stars. With the score tied and time running out in Game 3, the first finals game ever played in L.A., West would show signs of a legend in the making.
The ball is out to Sam Jones. Veteran Boston guard. Watch West. He taps it away, tries to beat the clock, beats Cousy, beats the clock. The Lakers win it.
In Game 5, it would be Baylor's turn to astound as he scored a finals record 61 points. The series came down to a seventh game at Boston Garden, a moment that seemed scripted for Mr. Clutch.
Here we are in the seventh game at Boston. 5 seconds left in the game. Timeout, the score's tied at 100. We took the ball out at midcourt. I ran up and got the ball at the top of the key. So naturally, my first option, I looked at Jerry West. And unfortunately, he wasn't open. So my second option now is Frank Selvey. He's wide open. He got the ball squared away for the jump shot to make us the world champions.
I'll watch this final play. It'll be Selvey again. A big moment.
And it looked good to me. And I said, my gosh, this ball is going in.
He does not make it. Russell the rebound, and this ball game goes into overtime.
It hit the rim and kicked up in the air. The game ended, and we go to overtime. Boston won 110 to 107.
Auerbach is lighting up the cigar, and the buzzer goes off. It's all over. The Boston Celtics are once again the world champions.
By the way, I still call Frank all the time, long distance. He lives in South Carolina. When he says hello, I say, "Nice shot, Frank," and hang up on him. I won't let him forget it.
Sometimes good things don't happen to players who compete at a very high level, who play at a very high level. But I've always thought maybe if Frank had made that shot, maybe the course of history would have changed a little bit.
For West and Baylor, who had their whole careers ahead of them, the '62 finals could have been a stepping stone to a run of titles and a potential dynasty. Instead, it only foreshadowed the disappointment that would follow.
Time ticking away, and the ball game is over.
4 times in the next 6 years, LA would advance to the NBA Finals. And each time, the individual talents of the Lakers would be eclipsed by the team play of the Celtics.
West all alone. Look at Russell come down. And what a play by Russell!
They had great chemistry. They had great depth. And Bill Russell made them special. We just did not have anyone to negate Bill Russell. It was just simple as that.
In 1968, after losing to the Celtics in the finals for a 6th time, the frustrated Lakers and their new owner, Jack Kent Cooke, were determined to get a player who could match Bill Russell in the middle. That player was the game's most dominant force, Wilt Chamberlain.
With guys like Jerry West and Elgin Baylor, I feel very, very happy that I'm being traded to a team that I believe may stand a chance to go down the record as one of the best teams in basketball ever.
The Lakers' opportunity to finally dethrone the Celtics would come in the 1969 finals, and an LA triumph seemed imminent. Russell, Boston's 35-year-old player-coach, was in his final season, and the team had barely made the playoffs.
We all felt that we had the best team, the better team. We had the best record. We beat them during the season. We were the better team.
And West, knowing that this could be the Lakers' last and best chance to beat Boston, was playing the finest basketball of his life.
Jerry West, he had the best championship of any player that I've ever seen. And he averaged over 40 points a game against the Celtics. He was unstoppable because he wanted to win.
Despite the heroics of West, the Celtics were able to extend the series to a 7th game. But for the first time, it would be at the Forum in Los Angeles, where Jack Kent Cooke had planned a special celebration.
Jack Kent Cooke was the owner of the Lakers. He put out a sheet in all the seats. When the Lakers win the championship, the USC band would play Happy Days Are Here Again. the balloons in the rafters would fall down, and Chick Hearns would interview Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Wilt Chamberlain in that particular order.
But the Lakers fell behind early and were in even deeper trouble when Chamberlain left the game in the fourth quarter with an injured knee. He pleaded to re-enter the game, but Laker coach Butch Van Bredekoff, who had feuded with Wilt all season, ignored his big man's pleas.
Van Bredekoff refused to put him back into the game, and Jack Kent Cooke came down and told Van Bredekoff to do it, and Van Bredekoff turned around to the owner and expressed a very simple epithet to get out of there. I mean, it was madness.
Even with Wilt on the bench, LA fought back and pulled to within a point. With time running out, Boston's Don Nelson launched a shot that bounced high off the rim, just as Frank Selby's had 7 years earlier.
Erickson taps the ball to Nelson, whose shot bounces straight up and then straight through.
Don Nelson made a shot that I've never seen in all the years of basketball except that one time. I mean, it was absolutely extraordinary.
And the Celtics, they have done it again. A spectacular finish.
Jerry West was named the Finals MVP after averaging more than 40 points a game, the only time a player on the losing team had won the award. But Russell and the Celtics walked off with yet another championship trophy. The Lakers were left to ponder their 7th finals defeat in 11 years at the hands of Boston.
No way should we have lost to Boston. Just no way. I mean, I still don't know how we lost to Boston. It's a mystery to me.
I think that was the toughest loss. I think that affected the players that had been there all the years more than anyone.
I can remember the champagne bottles popping in the dressing room next door, and the Celtics celebrating, and Jerry West, after everybody cleared out, was still sitting in his seat with his uniform on. He hadn't taken a shower. Everybody else is gone. He's still just sitting there. How it would eat at him because he's such a winner, but yet the World Championship eluded him all these years.
I thought we should have won in 1969. I thought we had the better team. And those are the things that leave the emotional scars. Even to this day, it's like you can almost recall the ghost of the past. It doesn't feel very good.
The following season would bring more late-game heroics from West in the finals.
2 seconds, 1 second. West throws it up. He makes it. West threw it up and makes it.
But in the end, the Lakers' anguish would continue as they would once again lose in the 7th game, this time to the New York Knicks. When they were ushered out of the 1971 playoffs by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's Milwaukee Bucks, it seemed the likely end of the championship dream for this group of Lakers. Chamberlain and West were both in the twilight of their careers, and Elgin Baylor would retire 8 games into the 1972 season. But the Lakers had made some crucial additions: sharpshooting guard Gail Goodrich, and former Celtic Bill Sharman, their new coach whose presence seemed to spark something in the team's psyche.
He made us believe in ourselves. He made me believe in myself that we could do it one more time. And I'm looking at him like, is he crazy? How are we going to win with these guys right here?
It was probably one of the few times in my career I really felt that we were a team. Most of the time, our team comprised of Elgin Baylor and myself trying to score 35 or 50 every night. That's not the way to play basketball, and it was like a breakthrough for us. It was just a sense of one person playing the game.
Suddenly, everything seemed to click for the Lakers as they won an astonishing 33 straight games, the longest winning streak in the history of professional sports.
At last, all of a sudden, things are happening our way. I mean, we were getting some of the good turns. We were getting some of the bounce of the ball. And so all of a sudden, we became this team that was somewhat magical. And the more we won, the more magical we became.
It was that one opening in the clouds. This just seemed really easy to do. It seemed like we were destined to win.
After 8 straight losses in the finals dating to 1959, the 72 Lakers would finally win an NBA championship, defeating New York in 5 games.
Goodrich passes under to Wilt. He puts it up and slams it.
The Lakers had not only ended more than a decade of frustration, they'd established themselves as one of the greatest teams in the history of the NBA.